sometimes you make the best of plans and then you have to punt. So that's what we do today. Thank you for everyone who got involved in that as we were flying by the seat of our pants. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, George. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, all of you and students for grabbing those books and singing from the hymnal. We sing that song as a song of tradition, and especially today as we celebrate Reformation Day. But Reformation Day is also something that comes as part of our tradition, but it also highlights that opportunity to celebrate and affirm baptism, which is what each of you, our students, our confirmands, did today. You affirmed your faith. You affirmed the tradition of the Lutheran Church as part of the Christian church, the Christian heritage. Affirming your baptism is an opportunity to live out your faith, to remember when you had water splashed on your heads, on your foreheads, to remind you that you are God's child, that you take on today this faith, to walk in it from here on out, not by the promises that were made over you and for you. God's to take on those promises that your parents made, to receive God's gift of faith in you, and then to walk in that faith from here on out in your daily life. So Camille and I worked together with you as students, with your parents, with this community of faith, and we shifted some of the idea of the confirmation program at Grace to put the emphasis not just on learning from the book, learning by the rules and what the tradition has said, but we kind of broke tradition a little bit to invite you to take on more of what God's grace is about and what it could cause us, or what it tells us to do. And so today, what I would like you to do, invite you one by one to, again, just stand at the microphone and share what your gift is. You learned what your spiritual gift is and what God might be calling you to do. And if you would share that this morning and what you think the gift is causing you or inviting you to give back to the church.
My spiritual gift is to greet the members of Grace Lutheran Church as they come to worship. My spiritual gift is to do the readings for the church.
My spiritual gift is to clean the church and come.
My spiritual gift is hospitality, and I'll volunteer my time as far as feed my starving children and greet here at the church.
I plan to fulfill my spiritual gifts by greeting and ushering around the church.
I plan to give service to the church by ushering. I plan to give service to the church by meetings.
My spiritual gift is volunteer.
My spiritual gift is to advocate.
Thank you very much for giving your gifts, your time, and to understand what the Holy Spirit has blessed you with. The students were invited to understand their spiritual gifts and to give back. And will continue to change as they grow and continue to walk in their faith as they're doing through their affirmation of baptism today. This is part of what Luther's teaching was, in the understanding that we all make up the church, that we are all part of the priesthood of all believers, as you will. In Luther's day, the Roman Catholic understanding was that your vocation or your calling was only through the the church by being a priest or a pastor. But as the students were given their stoles today, and hopefully you can see and understand that our baptism calls us to serve in many ways, many different ways, as you heard them all declare. But you all have been given gifts through your own baptisms and your own callings. And sometimes we do that through the work of what we do each day, but also who we are and what that, how we live our faith in our daily life, whether it be through our homes, through our schools, through our workplaces. And God continues to call us to be co-workers through this ongoing creative activity. And we do that, and one way we do that, and I'll invite all of you today to give back, whether you are a member here or a guest here today. You are part of the household of faith in whatever way you walk in that faith in your daily life. So at the end of your pews on the inside here, there were blank cards, or some of them may have a spiritual gift on them in this way. I invite you and ask you to consider maybe writing your name down and what gift you bring, whether it be your vocation, what you do for work, or what you like to do. Maybe you're retired and you have a hobby or something you'd like to share. Maybe your gift is learning, and right now and you're at school and learning what that gift will grow to be. But if you would share with us what that is, we would like to be able to have you understand how you will give back in service to church and to neighbor, and really serve in God's mission in this way. This is one way that we're inviting people to celebrate this 500th anniversary of being heirs of the Reformation and being priesthood, and part of the priesthood of all believers. So if you would do that, write something down. At the time of the offering, we will collect it. In terms of understanding more about the Reformation and Lutheranism too, there's things in the back as well as in your bulletin that will help explain that. We give thanks for each of you and for each gift that you are giving to us through the church or through your life. So this morning, may this gift of faith continue to grow in each of you. And let these stoles be examples of that, but let them also take part of the congregation with you as you're wrapped in its love. Well, as we continue our service this morning, we'll do that through the prayers, and I invite you to pray.